Hey guys, what is going on? My name's Tyler McNabb. This is my dad's Honda 450R, and this is my YFZ 450R. So we are out here at Extreme Round 4. I think it's Lawlyes Loop is what it's called, something like that. And out here in Perrysville, Indiana, a little bit kind of north, about an hour and a half north of Brazil. But anyway, brand new property once again. So came out, got all set up, and we're gonna do some camping and some racing on this Memorial Day weekend is actually what it is currently. So yeah, so far weather looks pretty good. It's gonna be a little toasty. I think it's supposed to be 80, high of 81 tomorrow. So of course we're gonna break out that fresh fly racing mesh gear to keep us a little bit cool. But anyway, we're out here. I think we're gonna go out, walk a little bit of the track. Should be pretty fun. Looking at the new terrain, we got a little bit of track parking. There's not a ton of track parking at this place that we have seen, but basically it looks like you start and stuff, and finish line is all the way over there. And then I think you come out of the finish, actually you go through the woods, run down through this little pipeline here, and then go into the woods right there. So we did get a little bit of track parking of the very little that is here. So yeah, I think at this point we're gonna go out, walk a little bit of the track, see what's going on out there. There's supposed to be quite a few pro lines, so go check those out and see what they look like. So I'll probably take the camera along and see if we can find some of them. So I will catch you guys later. Okay guys, well, good morning to you. It is, well, good morning to me anyway. It is officially Saturday morning, which means it's race day. So we got the old quad sitting over here all nice and pretty. We got Zach Schinkel, 701 Racing. He came in and parked beside us. And then we got Harrison Barrett over here. He posts his videos as well, so you can go check out his channel. Just some good old-fashioned racing content. But anyway, it is officially Saturday morning. The weather is beautiful so far right now. It's a crisp 50 degrees. It's sunny, and it's looking to be sunny all day long. And then by the time we race, it's looking to be about 75, 76 degrees. So nothing too hot, but it should feel pretty good. So excited to get the race day going. I forgot to show you guys the pro hills when we were out walking. That was my bad. I was too busy looking at them and just kind of forgot about it. But we got 3 pro hills total. One of them looks kind of gnarly. Don't know if I'm going to be hitting it. It's going to depend all on how the creek at the bottom ends up. So I'll be watching for that. Another one looks relatively easy. It's just kind of a straight up and down, a little bit steep, but as long as you keep your speed up, shouldn't be too bad. And then the third pro hill, which is kind of right at the beginning of the track, it's kind of a 2-stage pro hill where you go down into a creek, pop up on a real steep bank, and you'll probably get a little bit of air, come back down and continue going up the hill, and then you hang a left and go on like a little bit of flat part and hit the second part of it. And as long as you make it the first part, the second part really isn't that bad. So we'll be watching out for those to see how they develop. And honestly, especially the first lap, it's all going to depend on the guys in front of me, because usually what happens is A, B class guys, they usually make it pretty much no problem as long as the pro hill isn't too crazy. And then where people start having issues is usually C class. So even if I do get a jump and I get the whole shot and I'm leading going up to those pro hills, I've got the C 15 to 21 row in front of me, which usually has anywhere from 20 to 30 guys in it. And if one of those guys messes up, then I'm going to be forced to take the go around. So a lot of times that's what does happen, unfortunately, on the first lap, but we will see when we get there. So it's I actually got up and going pretty early this morning, so it's just now 7 o'clock, so got a little bit before micro, pee-wee, intermediate, all those guys start. So I'm gonna go grab some breakfast, and then we'll head up to the start line and get some highlights. So I'll see you up there. Okay guys, well, we are all suited up in our fly racing mesh gear, looking fly, and yeah, we're ready to go racing. So the YFZ already up at the start line, got my start spot marked off, and then I didn't actually talk about it, but this track is pretty technical. It's a lot more technical than what we're used to. So I'm probably going to be taking the first lap slow. So on my highlights video that I usually do, first lap highlights, it may not be super eventful, we'll see, because I'm probably going to be taking it pretty easy the first lap, just making sure, getting my bearings, making sure don't do anything too stupid, because this track has a lot of steep ups and downs, just a lot of them. Nothing huge, but just a lot of steep hills and stuff, and if you're not paying attention, you could hurt yourself. So just I'm gonna be taking it easy, just making sure, make a good lap the first lap, and then figure out the track. Once I do that, then we'll pick it up from there, hopefully. So yeah, at this point we're pretty much ready to go. Got a couple more things to do, and then I'm gonna head up to the start line. So I will see you up there. Here we go, guys. later, though. Oh, shoot. Holy crap. That was sketchy as all get out. This looks sketchy. Hello. I didn't even walk any of this. Okay guys, well, we made it back to our casa, made it home, and yeah, it was a great weekend, to say the least. So Extreme XC round 4 Lawlyes loop, I think is how you pronounce it. And yeah, it was one for the books. So got there on Friday, we did some track walking, all that stuff, and then I told you before the race that this was going to be a more technical track, a lot more challenging, that kind of stuff. And so I talked to you about that, and I said I was just going to kind of take it slow the first lap, see what happens. And I figured I probably wouldn't be hitting many pro hills on the first lap just due to bottlenecks and whatnot, and I was right. So quick race report: we get it up to the start line, started pretty good. I think I was 3rd or 4th going kind of through the start, so not too bad out of, I'm not sure exactly how many were in my row, but it's like 3 classes, so there's probably 10, 12 of us in that row. So 3rd or 4th going into the woods, and I was just kind of chilling out. We got to the first pro hill very quick, and kind of like I figured, it was bottlenecked up, and so they sent us on the go-around, and the go-around actually ended up being pretty sketchy. It was, you probably saw it in my highlights, but it was kind of going up the side of a ridge that was pretty steep, and just kind of riding it all the way up. There's plenty of roots and stuff in it, but able to make it up the ridge. Got going from there, and about halfway through, trying to think, the second pro hill, we got to it. I think at that point I had gotten into the lead. The guy who was in my class, he actually pulled over. I think he was having a little bit of quad issues on the day, and so he kind of pulled over and let me around. and I got into first place there. And then we came to the second pro hill, which was a big ravine, and it was already closed off as well, big old bottleneck. And so I took the go around, I came around to the top of it, and I looked down in the ravine, and there was quads everywhere. And so it was a very good thing. Ended up taking the go around there, did that. Kept going. I came to the third pro hill, and it was open, but for some reason I just with the first two pro hills I had a little bit of doubt in my mind, and I should have just hit it, but I didn't. And so I kept going. I took the go around, and that's where a couple, not anybody in my class, but a couple guys got around me for that I was kind of running with in the overall. And so went the go around, made the first lap. I was still in first place in my class, and so at that point I was thinking, okay, I'll try to stick in first place in my class, but I'm really shooting for a good overall position. So was racing throughout, plenty of bottlenecks, tons of bottlenecks. Big thanks to Colton Moran. He ended up second overall today, and he's actually the one who I purchased this quad from. But big shout out to him. He got second. He helped me in a couple bottlenecks. I tried to help him. He was really stuck in a couple spots, but he did help me get out a time or two. And then I ran with him for maybe a lap and a half or so a couple times. He's really fast, but I was able to hang with him for just a little bit before we got some lap traffic in between us, and he kind of got away from me. But I was running pretty good. We had plenty of bottlenecks. The first pro hill, they finally opened it up on the third lap, because I took the first three laps, I took the go around. That was almost harder than the pro hill. The rest of the laps after the third lap, which I did 7, so the last 4 laps I hit the actual pro hill, and so it actually didn't end up being too bad at all. They never opened the ravine pro hill back up. I didn't think they would. It got really nasty. And then the last pro hill that I skipped on the first lap, I ended up hitting it every lap except the last, but that was because there was people stuck on it the last lap. So overall, I was running pretty good. I was able to hold the first place. So as you probably saw here, we got the old plaque on the YFZ. We got first place in class out of 3. There was only 3 in my class today, but good hard-fought battle there. After I got into the lead on the first lap, I stayed there the entire race, so that was really good. But the thing I am most proud of and super pumped about is I finally cracked the top 5 overall. I got 5th overall out of, there was 40 some, maybe 50 some in the AM race. So super pumped on that. I'll throw the what the total was up on the screen here, but 5th overall. Oh man, it was crazy. It was a heck of a race. The most technical track I've probably ever ridden. Just so many steep little ups and downs, but I loved all 2 hours of it. It was awesome. So big shout out to the Extreme XC Racing crew, because a lot of people, I don't think, were fans of the track, but I'm guessing a lot of people, the people that didn't like it were the ones that liked the fast, wide open tracks, which I'm not a fan of. I prefer the more tight, technical type stuff. And so, sorry, I got lots of allergies going on. But the people that didn't like the track were the ones who liked the fast, wide open stuff, and this was nothing close to that. There was a little bit of faster trail in it, but the majority of it was tight, technical, steep ups and downs, just all kinds of good stuff, and I loved all 2 hours of it. It was sweet. But like I said, big shout out to the Extreme Racing crew. They built a great track for the complicated property, and I think they're already planning on making plans for going back next year, so it'll be another good one. So I want to thank everybody that I talked to this weekend coming up. I saw a ton of people cheering me on when I was racing, so that was super cool. I want to thank all of my sponsors. I don't do this very often, especially because it's hard to list a lot of them too. Thank all my sponsors. They're always at the end of the video, but going through them here, the ones that I can see anyway. So, of course, we got Ristler's Extreme ATV, my main backed sponsor here. been backing me for quite some time, and he's a great guy. Shop here in Brazil, Indiana. If you're anywhere close, hit him up, because he's a great guy to work with. He can order you some sweet parts, and he does some good work. Adam's Suspension, tuning these suspension in. I got that rear revalve shock on this thing. Makes this thing like butter in those rough tracks. BNR Motorsports, they've helped me with quite a few parts on these quad. The main thing being these BNR springers. Now that I've got them set up, they are performing beautifully. So we got those things going good. Let's see, a couple more sponsors here. We got Fly Racing, always decking me out in some sweet gear, making me look good. We got our Fast Flex Fastco handlebars up here, taking a little bit of shock out of the ride. We have, let's see, who else we got? We got 9-2 crew goggles, keeping my vision as clean as it possibly can. Let's see who else we got in here. I had to pull out my phone. I've got a sponsor list up on there. So next one we got A+ Printing. They printed out my awesome shirts. So big shout out to them. If you're in the Brazil area and you need anything printed, screen printed, anything like that, hit them up. We have Hauser Racing mounted up to those BNR shocks. We got the A-arms, and then we got the steering stem that we just installed not too long ago, as well as the rear linkage back there. So big thanks to them. We got the GBC tires, hooking up great all day. Those GB3 Pros hooking up great all day, getting me through some of those nasty spots, as well as the XC Master front hooking up great. We have HMF Racing, so got that beautiful full HMF competition series exhaust, letting the old YFZ breathe, and making it sound pretty good too. Pro Graphics for printing up a super sweet kit and making this thing look as good as it can. Fly Racing, already covered them. Wrath Racing, got the beautiful front bumper up here, as well as these super sweet Nerf bars. I never have any issue with my feet coming off the pegs or sliding around. Those pegs are amazing, super strong, awesome Nerf bars. Next we have Forworks for the awesome seat cover, keeping my butt glued to the seat, as well as that Forworks carbon fiber roost guard in the front, keeping my radiator as clean as I possibly can. 38 Motorsports, a lot of little odds and ends on the motor, sensor deletes, all that good stuff. Tank lowering kit, just making this thing as good as it possibly can. Sycra handguards, keeping my hands pretty darn clean and safe, so I don't get hit with any trees or anything. And then last but certainly not least, Bolton fishing baits for jumping on board this year and just helping me out a little bit with the program. So big thanks to all those amazing sponsors. Like I said, you'll see them at the end of the video as well, but I just wanted to give them a personal shout out in this video, because without them, a lot of this quad would not be what it is. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It's been a ton of fun, great weekend, and I'm very happy with how the YFZ performed, with how I performed. I can definitely tell a difference. I'm starting to get a little bit faster, just little by little, and so hopefully, maybe my goal this year was to crack the top 5, but round 4 I hit my goal, so maybe we'll try for that podium this year. So that would be kind of my last goal of the season, other than maybe like the class championship and that kind of thing. But I would be very happy with an overall podium at some point. But anyway, we're going to try our best. We're going to get this thing cleaned up from the weekend and get ready for the next race. So thank you guys for coming and watching. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, it was cool seeing a lot of you guys out there cheering me on, all that stuff, and it was overall a great weekend. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.